station. It was built in the 1890s. And if you've ever ridden the Green Line, it really feels like the oldest subway line in the nation. But off the starboard bow, you probably noticed this big green bridge. This marks the start of the Misc River, one of two rivers that flows into Boston Harbor. And it used to be known as the Misc, which is the second oldest navy yard in the country, second only to the one in Philadelphia. And it used to be one of the busiest. All-time peak employment was several 100,000. And in its heyday, it would produce about a ship a month. It produced over 200 warships. Only about 25% of the original navy yard still exists as a navy yard today. It's all museums. But there are two main attractions here, USS Constitution and the USS Castle Young. Now if you draw your eyes up on the hill, you'll see a big obelisk. Now if you draw your eyes down from there and to the right, you'll see three white masts attached to a black-hulled ship. If you can't see it right now, you will in just a moment. This is the USS Constitution, and she is truly the jewel of the harbor. She is the oldest commissioned warship still afloat in the world. She was first commissioned by George Washington himself and first floated in October of 1797. She first saw battle against Barbary pirates in Africa in 1803, but her true claim to fame was in the War of 1812 against the HMS Guerriere off the coast of Halifax, Nova Scotia. On August 19th, the Guerriere's cannonballs bounced off her sides, and the excited sailors shouted, "Huzzah! Her sides must be made of iron!" And that's how she got her nickname, Old Ironsides. Of course, she's not actually made of iron. She's made of 22-inch thick Georgia live oak. She actually has her own grove of this down in Georgia. She's a very spoiled ship. But she deserves it. She never lost one of her 42 battles. She's currently in dry dock until sometime this year. But normally, in order to maintain active duty status, she has to travel at least 1 nautical mile a year. So every year on the 4th of July, they tow her out to Fort Independence at Castle Island to fire a 21-gun salute in honor of our nation's birthday. But behind her, you'll see this big gray-hulled ship. This is the USS Castle Young. It's a World War II Fletcher-class destroyer. This was actually the last ship of the war to be hit by a kamikaze pilot. She was actually hit by 2 in the Battle of Okinawa. The first one didn't do very much damage, but the second one made it all the way down to the engine room and killed 22 sailors. As I mentioned before, both of these ships are free and open to the public. We will be stopping here at the Navy Yard for about 5 minutes. That means you need to go down right now if you would like to disembark here. We will return every hour on the hour up to and including 5 p.m. Big, beautiful cable stay bridge. This is the Leonard T. Zaka Memorial Bridge. It marks the start of the Charles River, the second river that flows into Boston Harbor, often referred to as the smartest river because of all of the colleges on its banks, including MIT, Harvard, and Boston University. But this bridge here, this big that is the Old North Church. It's the oldest church in the city, built in 1723. But you've probably heard of it for the midnight ride of Paul Revere and William Dawes, but everyone forgets about him. Poor guy. The sexton of the church, Robert Newman, hung 2 lanterns in the window that night to signify that the British were coming by sea, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And Revere and Dawes rode to Lexington and Concord to say that the British were coming. Now, they would not have actually shouted, "The British are coming, the British are coming," as the Henry Wadsworth Longfellow poem would suggest. For 2 reasons. 1, we were all British. That didn't make any sense. They would have said the redcoats or the regulars are coming. And 2, they wouldn't have shouted at all. That's how you get caught really quickly. But now at the starboard side, we are passing by Constitution Wharf. This is where the USS Constitution was built and launched back in October of 1797. At the time, it was Edmund Hart's shipyard. And it actually took 3 tries to get her in the water because of her sheer size. She was the largest ship of her kind ever to be built at that time. Just gonna give a minute for us to turn around so you can actually see things.
was.
Spicy bed.
Hindi naman.